we got a couple more to play at least. Yep.
Good afternoon. Family, friends, esteemed guests, please rise and welcome the undergraduate class of 2025. Please welcome President Cecilia McCormick, Board of Trustees Chair Jeff Bunting, Parent Trustee Bonnie Washington, Vice Presidents, faculty, and honored guests. At this time, will you please welcome Lo Harvey, candidate for the Bachelor of Fine Arts, who will read our land acknowledgement.
Okay. Hello. This campus-wide land acknowledgement was created by a cross-constituent committee working and collaborating with members of our community and the Baltimore American Indian Center, with whom we will continue to collaborate. We acknowledge that we live and work on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded lands of the Piscataway and the Susquehannock tribes, that indigenous people have lived here since the 10th millennium BCE, and that their relation to this land was to travel, trade, and to hunt in this region we now call Baltimore. We recognize that the original tribes have been joined through the northern migration by the Lumbee and the Cherokee. We recognize the model they provide for wisdom and caring communities based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and the reverence for the land, water, and all relations. We too honor Mother Earth, from which all life springs, worthy of our caring stewardship. We also acknowledge the people, enslaved and exploited, who did and do work on this land, enabling us to live. We recognize that our current systems are often unjust and that the comfort of many still rests upon the sufferings of others. Here at MICA, we strive to honor the ancestors, to work equitably and honorably towards social justice and their descendants, and to use our talents and resources to work to mitigate past and present injustices. Okay.
Well, thank you, Lo. Thank you. Graduates, proud parents, families, honorees, our trustees, and other distinguished guests. As MICA's president, I am happy on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our chair, Jeff Bunting, along with our faculty and staff, I want to add my welcome to the Maryland Institute College of Arts 2025 commencement ceremony. Today we celebrate you, our newest batch of artists, designers, creative rebels, activists, and sleep-deprived coffee connoisseurs. You have made it. I'd like to ask all of our graduating students to stand up, please. And, well, thank you. Thank you. Now, I'd like all of you to turn around, and I want you to wave and say thank you to the people who have supported you and helped you to get there. Well, these are your parents, your guardians, brothers, sisters, friends, emotional support animals. They're all here to help you. Have a seat. I'd like to personally thank all of them as well. Your support of these amazing students is often unsung, but always valued and always essential. Well, you've survived critiques, deadlines, mysterious printer malfunctions at 3 a.m., buildings opened all night, and at least one group project where you did the lion's share of the work. And yet, here you are, so very impressive. Now I want to talk about an unlikely hero. Not your favorite professor, as there are too many of them to name. Right? Not your favorite staff member, despite all of the support that they give you in every way. We're very thankful for all of them. But no, I want to talk to you about the dragonfly. Yes, the dragonfly. You may be wondering, why are we being compared to a glorified mosquito with better PR? Well, stick with me, okay? So first, it's about transformation. Dragonflies start life as aquatic larvae hanging out in a muddy soup of potential. Each is unique, each feeling a bit lost, a bit disoriented. Sometimes they're bumping into a rock because the water is cloudy, or other times they're getting beached on a mound of dirt if things get a bit dry. But despite the setbacks, each takes in the nutrients and experiences of their surroundings, and they learn and grow in their very own way. Sound familiar? I think that was you in your first year. Maybe a few awkward sketches, questionable color palettes, splattering on the wheel, tangles in the loom, and trying to remember the difference between kerning and tracking. But the dragonfly doesn't stay this way. One day, it claws its way out of the pond, and boom, it has wings. There's color, there's movement. You too have molted into something magnificent and unique. You've found your voice, your aesthetics, your niche, and maybe you have a little pink hair, a cool new tattoo, or you've adopted your favorite font. Second, how else are you like a dragonfly? It's the vision. Dragonflies have almost 360-degree vision. They can see ultraviolet light. What I'm convinced is how they avoid flying into windows and bad design decisions. You've developed your own creative X-ray vision. You see what others don't. You look at a poster and ask, who approved this alignment? You walk into a coffee shop and immediately redesign the menu in your head. That's vision, that's power. Also, it's a little exhausting. Welcome to the club, the work of artists and designers. Next, the dragonfly has agility. Dragonflies can fly in any direction, even backward, just like you may do in your career. One day you may be designing for a major brand, and the next you're freelancing for your cousin's cat's birthday party. It's okay. Be like the dragonfly. Adapt, pivot, hover gracefully above all the chaos. And don't be afraid when you do a loop-de-loop when necessary. The last thing I'll tell you about dragonflies is that they're ephemeral. Dragonflies live fast, they sparkle hard, and they don't worry about being perfect. I'd say that's a pretty solid creative mantra. Honestly, let me repeat that. Dragonflies live fast, sparkle hard, and they don't worry about being perfect. Not everything you make will be timeless. Some of it will be, let's say, experimental. But that's part of it. Art is life. Life is short. Make stuff. Make it weird, make it truthful, make it honest. Stuff that people feel something about. Sometimes you will gain a visceral reaction, or sometimes you may make them raise an eyebrow. So to the class of 2025, be the dragonfly. Shine when you can, soar where you must, and if things get muddy, remember, that's where all the best ideas hatch anyway. Oh, and don't forget to fly by here on occasion. Let us know how you're doing. We want to hear from you. We can't wait to hear about your successes, and if you need any help, the help is here. Congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2025. We now come to Thank you very much. And remember, make sure there's a call to action there. Let's do some humanitarian support. Let's get to the people who can make a difference in Washington, right? Let's do all of those things. We need that call to action. So we appreciate you. We now want to come to a special portion of the ceremony. It is the custom at MICA to present the honorary doctorates each year to individuals who have made remarkable contributions to the arts and to society, and whose achievements represent the standard of excellence to which the Maryland Institute College of Art is committed. This year we have a special honoree who will also provide the remarks to our candidates for graduation. I would like to call forward Elia Leva, a candidate for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in illustration, to read the citation for Christopher Myers.
Christopher Myers, we celebrate your extraordinary contributions to interdisciplinary art and storytelling. Rooted in global cultural exchange and marked by collaboration, improvisation, and transformation, your work demonstrates that art can bridge histories, mythologies, and cultures across continents. You are an inspiration to the graduating class of 2025 and all of us here today. As an artist and writer based in New York, you are acclaimed both for your literature for young audiences and for your internationally exhibited fine art practice. Your work spanning tapestries, sculpture, stained glass, illustration, and writing creates compelling bridges between cultures, geographies, and generations. Through solo creations and collaborations with artisans worldwide, you reveal how new visual languages emerge from the intersections of mythology, history, and lived experience. Your expansive practice celebrates the syncretic and improvisational, offering profound reflections on the shared human journey. Your art has been presented at major institutions, including MoMA, PS1, the Kennedy Center, the Art Institute of Chicago, the Institute of Contemporary Art in Philadelphia, and recognized with honors such as the Caldecott Honor and the Coretta Scott King Award. Christopher Myers, your reimagining of history, mythology, and community is a powerful testament to the transformative possibilities of art. For your exceptional artistry, global vision, and enduring impact, the Maryland Institute College of Art is proud to award you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts honoris causa.
Christopher Myers, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctor of Fine Arts.
Thanks so much, y'all. Love an art school, graduation. Everyone got homemade everything. 2 days ago, a ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Some months ago, there were some planes falling from the sky. In cell phone footage, bright red pixels streak across the night sky in Kashmir. As drones add to the numbers of casualties reported, news cycles flare and remember all the synonyms for war. A skirmish broken out. Violence erupts, rockets are fired, the Capitol was seized, a blast tore through. There are blockades imposed or lifted and starvation, all the kinds of war remembered until they're forgotten or until the next battle takes over the headlines. There was a young brother in Ohio or Pennsylvania or New York, or a doctor says, "Thank God we had no patients today after a car explodes near a fertility clinic." Some books for children, picture books, went on trial at the Supreme Court last month. In California, now there's a new season added to the calendars where the forests become monsters of flame. The world is on fire. At least it feels that way. In this era of near instantaneous information, tragedies land on our doorsteps before the dust has settled on a drone strike thousands of miles away, before the blood has dried on the pavement. We are inundated with pictures and analysis. Before the people fleeing flames or tornadoes have returned to their homes, we are flooded with interviews and fundraisers. Before the chants of protesters have finished reverberating through the streets, before anyone has really listened, politicians are announcing that they're addressing the problem or condemning whatever has been said. So many people today live from headline to headline. The breaking news, notifications, and alerts buzzing through their thoughts like a paper shredder. All the half-thinking and emotional detritus serves as more kindling to burn. The flames roar and rage. So many people are caught in this cycle, skating on the surface of what has just happened. of scare tactics, immediacy and incineration, terror and tragedy. Fortunately, we are not so many people. I had a thought to share with you today some of the places I've been and what I learned as us people. We have other things that we can do than burn. We have other ways to be on fire. We are artists and storytellers. We are memory and imagination. My great-grandmother was enslaved not too far from here by a family named the Dandridges. They had a house, big house, white columns, lost in the winding hills of West Virginia. I went to go see this house, owned by the same folks today, with my mom and pop a number of years ago. We went to see what we could see of this place that had held several generations of us. We had consulted local experts who had seen wills with the names of my ancestors listed as property to be gifted to the next generation of Dandridges. I'd seen advertisements in the newspapers of the county proclaiming every 6 months or so, great sale of slaves at the Bower, which is the name of the big house with the white columns. Walking on the grounds, I looked to the sides of the building where historically we had been, held in neat rows of slave quarters that had long since been torn down. It's a strange feeling to be on ground like that, where you know so much has happened, but you see almost nothing but tall grass and green trees, boughs curved low so as to almost kiss the ground. And you know that the trees have seen something that you wish they could tell you, that they would have seen your great-grandmother as a girl. But when we rang the doorbell and spoke to the people who owned the house, the same family, they had nothing to say, no memory. We were told they too were trying to tell their family story, and they were cutting out unsavory things, like willing a little girl named Dolly to the next generation. And the documents belonged to them, theirs to edit and cut and shred. There is something scary in being erased like this, to watch your history become kindling, to fuel someone else's story of being, I don't know, being like great Americans or something. But also, my father was a writer, a storyteller, an artist, like me, like you. So he wrote a book about it. There's a photo of my great-grandmother, a shy teenager in a Sunday best dress, maybe 10 years away from the plantation she had been born on, her hand curled gently on the shoulder of her mother. Now, when you research the plantation, the big house with the white columns, nestled in the winding hills of West Virginia, you will see first a picture of her and hear about my family. Not because we owned anything, there are no deeds or wills that we wrote. We didn't even own ourselves, but because we are artists, and artists are memory. If you want to keep a people afraid, erase their yesterdays. This is an old playbook. In Beijing, a painter I'm having tea with does not know what happened in Tiananmen a few years after he was born. In Phnom Penh, a generation of artists simply do not exist to tell the stories of what happened. On the other side, I was performing at the Genocide Memorial in Kigali, Rwanda, and every school child there knows what happened, because as one girl in a green and white school uniform tells me through the brightest smile, remembering is how we know it won't happen again. And it is our job as artists who know that colors and textures and even the space between letters has meaning, tells a story. It is our job to remember that. We choose what we say and what we don't say carefully, kindly, in a way that allows us to build as opposed to watching idly while the world burns. It's our job to be that memory, the foundation for which we will make a world that isn't about the business of forgetting and erasing. And if we succeed in unerasing all the yesterdays, in allowing each other to exist and to have existed as long as we have all been here, then it is time for us to take the next step and look toward our tomorrows. I live in Brooklyn, on Lafayette Avenue in Bed-Stuy, the neighborhood where I've been for about 30 years. They used to call it do or die because it was supposedly rough and tumble, and also because it was one of the largest black neighborhoods in the world. I don't know if the name is still appropriate given the proliferation of coffee shops and waves of gentrification. Maybe now we call it do or DIY or something. My family's from New York. My father left West Virginia when he was 2, moved to Harlem. My mother's from Queens. We identify as New Yorkers probably as much as we believe we are anything else in the world. Children of immigrants, African Americans, artists. So I do a lot of things that are just New York type things, like looking in store windows and talking to strangers. Side note, New Yorkers in general like to talk to strangers. We just don't like to do small talk. Please don't ask about the weather, but we will say, yo man, where'd you get those shoes? Or why's your dog cross-eyed? Or whatever comes to mind. A side note to my side note, if someone asks, where'd you get those shoes? You can say where. If they ask, what size are your shoes? You say my size and run. Years ago, there used to be a bulletproof store on 26th and 6th. The store wasn't bulletproof, maybe it was, but really what they did, they sold bulletproof things. Car windows, bulletproof. Vests, bulletproof. Lock boxes, bulletproof. Hats, bulletproof. Underwear, bulletproof. All types of things that you wouldn't imagine you would need to have bulletproof. These guys were selling. So I was standing in front of the store, just marveling at all the things that one could get that way, and a young woman stood next to me doing the same. Being a proper New Yorker, I struck up a conversation. Who you think needs all this stuff? Why are they trying to shoot at you so much? You need to have bulletproof everything. She said, in my neighborhood, you need stuff like that. I wondered for a moment if she were a spy like James Bond or Tom Cruise or some other type person that gets shot at a lot. Where do you live? She said, do or die, Bed-Stuy. But where? Trying to avoid wherever she was. She's like, Lafayette Avenue, where I lived. Turns out she lived around the corner from me. I tell you this not so much to share with you how tough of a place I come from. I was just as surprised as you that I needed so much bulletproof in my life. I was curious as to how this young woman imagined her life that was at least geographically not too far from mine. But in the space of imagination, we were so far that perhaps we couldn't see each other. What does it do to you to imagine your own life to be bounded like that? What does it do to you to imagine yourself surrounded by bulletproof glass? Have you been to one of those stores that's covered in bulletproof glass? Where you feel like you're buying milk or eggs from the inside of a cage? What kind of future can you imagine from a cage like this? This is a kind of trap, as vicious as erasing one's history, a way of erasing your tomorrow, a design flaw. So I return to our responsibility as artists, as people who imagine for a living. When I met that woman, I knew somewhere that I had failed, that it was my job to offer my own imagination as a path, as an opening for hers, to imagine where I lived, where she lived, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, urban spaces, Black America, this country, as a space that was bigger than the cages that are offered us. Another time, another place, in Abu Dhabi, I sat with a group of Filipino nannies, the kinds of women that travel halfway across the world, leaving their own children behind to take care of someone else's children. I had thought to do a workshop with them, writing letters to their kids, who so often didn't understand why their mothers were gone for so long. These mothers wanted to explain, to share some of the why their mothers were singing lullabies meant for them to some other child. And each one of them told me that they wanted to share with their kids that what they were doing was the hard work of imagining a world for their children that was bigger than the world that they had come from. This then is our job, to open pathways of imagination, to build tomorrows where there weren't any before. My imagination has taken me places, to tomorrows that Dolly on the plantation in West Virginia could not have envisioned. Once I found myself in Papua New Guinea, on a stretch of islands that flickered like sparks spread over an endless expanse of ocean, little droplets of land. There I met people from a diaspora long before our own who made their home in the water. There was an island called Boga Boga, where every child learned to swim before they could walk. Children in canoes rowed out to meet the boat I was on. No, not so much to meet us, but just to look at us. My friends and I, the artists who were tasked with seeing what we could get up to in Papua. These kids were as comfortable on the water as the land. The water was, for their community, a little bit of everything. Supermarket, meeting house, recreation area. The maps that they make there are called meadow. And they don't map the land, they map the wave fronts, the shifting skin of the water itself. There was no electricity on the island besides batteries and the occasional radio, but even the radio was too far to pick up much signal. There were on this island hardly also any photographs or pictures, except for some illustrations in worn textbooks, colonial hand-me-downs, in the one-room schoolhouse that was built from corrugated tin and raised on stilts so as to avoid the inevitable tide. I sat and I drew every child on that island because it was something I could do, a language of imagination and offering that made sense for me. A man named Edson took the drawing I did of his son and placed it in the grass on the side of his thatched roof home, next to a photo, which was the only image I saw outside of the schoolroom, of his grandfather. His grandfather, years before, had traveled to the Netherlands to play football, soccer, for the Papua New Guinea team. There he had taken this photo, and I imagined most of the folk on this island didn't give much thought to the mainland, the mainlands. This was a symptom of the poverty of my own imagination, I guess. I asked Edson if he thought much about traveling. Would he ever go as far as his grandfather had went? He took my hand and led me to the water, which on this island was never more than a few feet away. He said, "Put your hand in the water." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." Now you know you're touching the whole world. I don't need to go anywhere. The water touches us all, and it's right here for me. His water stayed with me. Wherever I went after that, I thought about what is my water? What is the thing that touches everywhere and every place within me, within each other, all the disparate islands inside us? A few years later, I was in Como, Mississippi, a place about as far from the literal water as I can imagine. The cotton fields stretch into the horizon like a terrible ocean that I cannot separate from their history, our history, my history. I met a group of women there, singers. They're called the Como Mamas. You can look them up. They sang in churches and in fields, and the fields became churches when they sang in them. And one of the Como Mamas, Esther May, and I got to talking in one of those ways you do if you're from New York, or from Como, Mississippi, turns out. And I told her about Edson and Boga Boga and the photo of the man's grandfather and touching the water. And then I asked her, what was her water? What was the thing that she touched and that touched everywhere else in the world? And she thought for a moment, and she hummed. Deep, almost like a moan that came from her chest. And for a moment, I remembered the Filipino nurses and their lullabies, and then the strangeness of being on the land in West Virginia, and my own mother and father, and the genocide memorial in Rwanda, and the girl with the smile. And Esther May saw me, smiled at me, smiled at my remembering. She saw me traveling on what she called her water, which was that sound, her voice. I think that we can see that the world is on fire. If we listen to ourselves and tell the histories we know, we can understand that the world has always been on fire. Dolly on the plantation in West Virginia knew this, that there are a great many things that need changing, that there have been wars before and hostilities, and for every one of those worlds on fire, there have been artists imagining a world that is not burning, or burning better than the flames we have. Take this then as your final assignment, an assignment like all great assignments, one that won't end, one that can keep you company the rest of your creative life. Take this world on fire, the world you have inherited, like every artist before you inherits a world of turmoil and questions, or choose even a small part of that world you want to hold in love and care and peace. First, tell its history. Fill in the blank spaces, the black spaces, the brown spaces, the queer spaces, your spaces, whoever you are. Then imagine its future. Imagine a space that you will never get a chance to see except in your mind's eye, and give that vision to the next generation to design and implement. Lastly, find your water, the language that only you have, that center, that truth, that thing inside you that speaks to the whole world, that is made to travel, to share, to gift to each other. Use it to talk about yesterday and define tomorrow. If you are doing these things, if we take seriously the imprimatur to imagine a future, to be stewards of tomorrow, we can see a world that is better than the one we are in as artists and as people who dream. Like the mothers I met in Abu Dhabi and your parents who even imagined you here today. Then we have very little to fear of these fires. The world is on fire. It's always been, but so are we. Peace, y'all. Congratulations, y'all.
Thank you, Christopher Myers, for sharing your story with us and for the wise counsel that our community can carry forward. My name is Stacy Salazar, and I have the honor of serving as Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at MICA. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and to launch them into a world beyond the borders of Mount Royal and North Avenue. But there are also members of our community who are soon to commence a new chapter in their life's journeys, faculty who are retiring from the college. They have inspired and supported generations of artists and designers and citizens like the ones who will soon walk across this stage today. Please join me in acknowledging the service and dedication of Mark Carnes, Professor of Painting and Drawing, Mark, just stand. And Donna Bassick, Professor of Art Education. Thank you both. Thank you both for your immeasurable contributions to this community and to this institution of which you will always be a part. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce this year's undergraduate commencement student speaker, Phyo Zhang, candidate. Candidate for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design and History of Art Design and Visual Culture. As a first-generation Chinese immigrant raised in Singapore, a city-state shaped by its carefully managed model of multiculturalism and racial harmony, Fyo grew up navigating the cultural expectations of China, Singapore, and later, the United States. This complex, multi-layered experience and their search for a sense of self beyond the constraints of national identity continues to inform their exploration of identity, belonging, and the role of art in society. As a multidisciplinary artist, designer, and editorial cartoonist, Fyo's work continuously explores the spaces between individual memory and collective narratives, particularly in environments where expression is shaped by multiple facades and the unspoken pressures of institutionalized systems. At MICA, they pursued a double major in graphic design and art history with a minor in printmaking, using visual storytelling to examine how cultural identity, ideology, and power flow and circulate across borders and institutions. In 2024, Fyo was awarded Best Political Cartoon at the EPI Awards, an international competition presented by editor and publisher, the publication, to recognize excellence in digital journalism for their incisive, visually compelling exploration of societal norms and the complexities of individual expression. Please welcome Fyo Zhang.
Hi, guys. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fyo. Thank you so much for having me. Though I have to admit, standing up here feels a little bit surreal, and it's very terrifying seeing a big crowds. I'm usually that kind of person who avoids the spotlight. Like an introvert that's very bad at entertaining people. It's truly an honor. If my life has something to offer, it will probably be why stay in one place when you can overthink in 10 different ones. Yes. I was born in China, raised in Singapore, and now somehow I ended up here in Baltimore with $100.59 left in my bank account and my emotional support plushies in my bag. Yes, I love them. My life has always been in transit, packing, unpacking, adapting, starting over, and I know I'm not the only one. Many of us here understand what it means to live between worlds, to be shaped by places we once called home, but never fully belonged to. We are a generation shaped by movement, crossing borders, switching languages, figuring things out as we go. Our stories don't fit neatly into one place. And honestly, that's exactly the point. Through all these transitions, one thing has stayed constant: the act of creating. Art has been my anchor, my voice when words failed me, my ways of making sense of a world that never stopped shifting. I think it's true for many of us here too, whether we are painters, illustrators, designers, animators, printmakers, photographers, filmmakers, or anyone who builds new perspectives with our ideas. We create to leave something behind, prove that we were here, that we saw, that we felt, that we fought. If there's one constant in this unpredictable life, is that permanence is mostly an illusion. Then let's be frank. None of us made it through MICA without pulling an all-nighter, crashing on a studio couch, or convincing ourselves that one panini at Doris counts as 2 balanced meals for the day. So if one lifespan is unpredictable, what truly matters then is the trace we leave behind. the work we put out into the world, the way we shape, question, and disrupt, the relationships we form, the stories we choose to tell. And isn't that what art is all about? It outlives us, it moves through time and space in ways we can't, whether it's a quick sketch, a short film, a story, or anything. Our work says we were here, we cared, we tried, we existed. We dared to imagine something different, a world that's less brutal, more honest, where humanity speaks louder than power, where peace isn't a luxury but a given, where no one is punished for who they are or who they love. We may choose to live only in a place where we feel safe and sound, where tolerance isn't conditional, and where equality before the law is not just in words, but in action. We create not to escape, but to confront, to hold the broken, to give voice to the silenced, to plant seeds in the cracks of what's falling apart. Because maybe what we imagined can grow beyond what we inherit. To borrow from Lady Gaga's iHeartRadio Music Award speech, Queen, to every artist who haven't been told they're different, complicated, or too much, please never change. Break a mold. The world doesn't need another copy. It definitely needs your original. Let's go! So as we step out into the world beyond MICA, whether we find a place to stay or keep moving, let's carry this with us. In this century, the night ahead may be dark, but we are not lost. We have the right to be free, and that's why our light will burn brighter than ever. And if movement is our fate, then let it be bold. Let us leave behind not just footprints, but echoes of thought, of beauty, of rebellion. To the class of 2025, may we create fearlessly and never stop leaving our mark. Thank you and congratulations on your graduation.
Well, thank you, Theo, for those stirring words. It's now my honor to present to you Jeff Bunting, Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will bestow special honors upon our distinguished faculty members. Mr. Bunting, would you come to the podium?
Good afternoon. It's a distinct honor to celebrate the remarkable individuals within the MICA community, particularly our dedicated faculty. MICA stands as a beacon of excellence in education, driven by the relentless efforts of our faculty across 19 graduate programs. At this time, I'd like to ask these esteemed faculty members to stand and receive well-deserved recognition from our graduating students, their families, and guests. Mark Carnes, professor in the Painting and Drawing Department, and Jennifer Hawk, professor in humanistic studies. Mark and Jennifer, please rise to be recognized. These individuals were selected by the students and trustees for their commitment, enthusiasm, and selfless devotion to our students and the college.
I'm not sure that he needs an introduction, but I'm here to introduce to you our Associate Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Michael Weiss. It is my pleasure.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Weiss, Associate Provost and Dean for Undergraduate Studies. It is my pleasure. Thank you. Very cool. It is my pleasure to honor our students who have graduated with special distinctions, merits, and awards. You will notice that some of the graduates are wearing different colored cords as part of their regalia today. These cords denote various honors and are described in the back of your program. I'd like to highlight 3 cords that signify academic achievements. Seniors who graduate with a grade point average of 3.7 and above are cum laude with distinction, and they wear a green cord. Graduates with a GPA of 3.8 or above wear the magna cum laude with great distinction red cord. And students who have a GPA of 3.9 or above graduate summa cum laude with highest distinction, and they wear the gold-colored cords. Other cords include students who have been recognized for their outstanding leadership and involvement in the MICA community, and they wear bright blue honor cords. International students are recognized with white cords, and current and former members of the military wear blue and gold cords. I also have the pleasure of pointing out the awards, scholarships, departmental honors, and achievements of our amazing graduates. As you review our commencement program, you will note that we have a number of incredible graduates who have earned awards of distinction. Will the students that have received commencement awards please stand and be recognized by your families, faculty, and peers? Well done. In addition, I have the great pleasure of recognizing the recipient of this year's Distinguished Service to Students Award, Janelle Legg, who serves as the studio manager in the fiber department. Janelle is the recipient of MICA's 2025 Distinguished Service Award, and she has been an amazingly helpful and thoughtful resource for our students as well as faculty and staff members. Thank you very much, Janelle.
At this time, we come to the highlight of this ceremony, the awarding of the Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees. Along with the faculty, we are extremely proud of this year's graduates. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you see the work of the class on display throughout the campus. Oh, it's magnificent. As you enjoy the artwork, you will understand and share the pride we feel about these talented artists and designers. Will Provost Salazar Okay, will Provost Salazar, Michael Weiss, and Director of Advising Ken DePong please come forward for the conferring of degrees.
Will the Bachelor of Fine Arts candidates in Animation, Integrated Humanistic Studies in Animation, Architectural Design, Ceramics, and Drawing please come forward as instructed by the usher? Will Nadia Hironaka, Chair, and Andrew Kuiper, Assistant Chair of Animation and Media Arts, And Mike Sizer, thesis advisor for the Integrated Humanistic Studies thesis, please come forward to congratulate your candidates. H. Higgins Tan, cum laude. Jaya Lee. Grady Williams, cum laude. Orozco. Erica Jordan Levine. Chelsea Njenga. Takara Marsh. Rin Costello. Robert Eng, cum laude. Patton Laurel Westphalen. Stefan Michael Raffolo. Brian J. Kennedy. Sean William Kennedy. Daniel Rafael Clorin Garcia. Lillian Harriman. Jed Rudis. David Zhen. Jalen Cooey. Jonas Del Bosac. Cody Welch. Jillian Najera, cum laude. Kiki McCarthy Brennan, cum laude. Courtney Zitzman, cum laude. Estera, please. Lara Schneiderlind. Morgan Drazek, cum laude. Vincent Bagley, Jr. Zoe Lai. Mandy Lynn, cum laude. Will Ben Lozado, Chair of the Architectural Design Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates. Olivia Zhang, magna cum laude. Alyssa Moore. Octavia Sims Clark. Michaela Simmons. Will Sam Mack, Area Head of the Ceramics Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Ariane Leslie Murray. Catherine Pon Cooper. Will Lauren Adams, Chair of the Drawing Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Betty Jean Carolina Fitzgerald, cum laude. Sophia Iris Rizzo. Madison Patricia Lee. Will the candidates for Ecosystem, Sustainability and Justice, Fiber, Film and Video, Integrated Humanistic Studies in Film and Video, Game Design, General Fine Arts, and Integrated Humanistic Studies and General Fine Arts candidates please come forward as instructed by the usher? And will Carissa Aoki, Area Head of Ecosystem, Sustainability and Justice, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Tegan Crawford Green. Will Chrissy Day, Area Head of the Fiber Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? And Fabian Corey Davis. Eleanor Koster. Sophia Klimkowski Arango. Shweta Balakrishnan. Layla Eloise Munford. Haley Olivia Darling James. Quinn Spence. Elise Adamson, summa cum laude. Ree Reagan. Samantha Beal. Olivia Zhang. Will Justin Foreman, Area Head of the Film and Video Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Zewei Fan. Matthew Callahan. Mason L. McLaren. Kayla Anderson. Chloe Mattingly Standen. Danny Lopez. Yisheng Tang. Will Sam Sheffield, Area Head of Game Design, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Ethan Alexander Clark, cum laude. Toby Lyserowitz. Hugo Hogendorn. Sierra Mercer. Miranda Gonzalez. Casey Tavera, cum laude. Will Jonathan Thomas and Andrea Evans, Chair and Area Head of the General Fine Arts Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Lo Harvey, magna cum laude. Heather Reich. Catherine Kordick. Cora Layer. Chamberlain Peacock. Astor Hall. Ashley Keister. Rachel Claire Genevieve, cum laude. Joseph Taylor. Okay. Anya Rose Zalewski. Iris Ruvalcaba. Carly Taylor Osteen. Nicole Brown. Evelyn Cox. Jolie Beth Ramo. Grace Lucille Flinchbaugh. Leo Berghoffen. Ryan Brown. B. Petway. Simon Kennefick. Kristen Michelle Roslowitz. Frances Lynn Dooley, cum laude. Erica Kim. Sarah Teresa Marie Pisano. Ava McClellan, cum laude. Aiden Thomas Packin, cum laude. Abena Apatu, cum laude. Cicada Odette Diaz. Audrey Maya. Artemis R. Bennett. Alexander Medlin. N. Soffer, cum laude. Violet Lee. Nat Scott. Rory Holcomb. Yeji Shin. Natalie Tapia Rojas. Tony Park. Grace E. Todd. Carissa Sue Quillen. Grace D'Angelo, cum laude. Marcus Corajado. Anna L. Vaughn. Sebastian Latif. Will the graphic design, integrated humanistic studies in graphic design, history of art, design and visual culture, and illustration candidates please come forward as instructed by the usher? And will Christian Bjornerd, chair of the graphic design department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Rofan Camilla Gu. Alexandra Marcus. Dylan Condon. Ellie Nestorovsky. Gabriel Ramos. Thomas Gabriel Bacoro. Giselle Estrada. Aaron Maxwell Gaither, cum laude. Aditri Bhattacharjee, cum laude. V. Carmen. Lillian Shao. Charlotte Chu. Brandon Lee. Dana Kim. Nayland Parker. Chantel Harrison, cum laude. Jin Yu. Juan Manuel Lucas Timoche. Katie Sweet. Nicole Bachman. Shalom Chung, cum laude. Renan Tan. Hayante An. Liliana Kim. Matthew Austin Vogel, cum laude. Garima Sharma. You want the whole name? Morgan Sinclair Green. Icarus Guo, cum laude. Ziran Zhou. Shuyi Wu. Zimei Yu, cum laude. Ziwen Zhou. Xiqiao Peng. Yutong Liu, cum laude. Sean Kim. Derek Tseng. Lei Guo. Yiming Ma. Hanshu Ma, cum laude. Theo Zhang, cum laude. Will Jenny Carson, Chair of the History of Art, Design, and Visual Culture Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Nathan Herlicka, cum laude. Alice Kiel. Sarah Regis. Millie Zhang. Will Shadra Strickland, Chair of the Illustration Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Sarah Francisca de los Santos. Rufi Mulia, summa cum laude. Ethan Larty. Tae Chung. Morwen Musakia. McKenna Wilson. Cameron Cook. Jiaqi Cao. Almani Gua. Ada Yang. Yuyin Liu. Blue Elise Popson. Nadia Breaky. Maddie Knipe. Kate Villay. Zoe Madison Conway. Maria Mia Ma. Cecilia Lee. Kaiwei Ya. Ying Wang. Yuran Gu. Andrea Huang. Lucian Chin. Camellia Wang. Ursak Giselle Wildheart. Want the whole name? Leah Robinson. Chloe Zhang. Yijun Shen. Sarah Min. Erica Salazar. Peter Petros. Edward Albin. Fawn Lowell. Emily Cobes, cum laude. Lee Massarch. Emily Helen Harline. Vin Sellinger. Joe Eberline Venkus. Nikki Zhao. Rachel Liu. Chris Case. Zed A. Rossler. Corey Law. Simon Brownstein. Jojo Kirkham. Taylor Marie Shea, cum laude. Okay. Teal Zhu. Liberty Marker. Grace Doler, cum laude. Crow Zhang. Holly M. Matthew. Kamar Talal Hassan. Rico Farquharson. Leonidas Glozinski. Ang Lee. Hugo Wolf Grand, cum laude. Mateo Daly. Elisa Leiva. James Lee Valentine. Jax Bidmead. Emery Helinsky. Nikita Akula. Frederick Chen. Madeline Mall. Estefania Barrero. Joseph Quinn Wheeler. Ava Phillips. Sophia Sala. Emily Kasolki. Zora Troop. Adia Stewart. Emily Shao. Christina Yu Shin. Beatrice Athena Baibayer Parlade, cum laude. You want both? Sarah and Sid? Sarah Sid Debade. Hebe Wang. Natalie Nix Robbins. Jordan Torres. Damian Adam Booth, cum laude. Carl Chang. Rana Barua, cum laude. Yufei Liu, cum laude. Sam Rivera. Marina Rose McCormick. Anya White. Jesse DeFerrari. Yichi Lee. Cade Ratcliffe. Blanche Meng. Yita Gang. Minshak Du. Will the interactive arts, interdisciplinary sculpture, painting, and integrated humanistic studies and painting candidates please come forward as instructed by the usher? And will Jason Sloan, area head of the Interactive Arts Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates?
My student just walked across. You just congratulated him already.
Oh, really?
In Seattle.
That was the only one?
Well, Yan Chin had to go back to China for emergency.
Okay, so we've got no one else?
No, that's it.
Okay, all right. Will Ben Lozado, chair of the Interdisciplinary Sculpture Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Celeste Tooth. You want Solomon? Okay. Solomon Wang. Sid Murai. Sari Langhold. Lily Grace Pedano. Ian Ong. Liam Davis. Michelle Shengyu Lee. Lei Guo.
Okay.
Yiming Ma. Hanshu Ma, cum laude. Ali Kaplan. Wanchul Ryu, cum laude. Will Lauren Adams, Chair of the Painting Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Sarah Catherine Fleming Block. Eleanor Cooper. Olivia Bell. Ellie Works. Rue Taylor. Emma Kimmel. Lily Rains. Lo Young. Thomas McCarthy. Gabriel Becerra Mercio. Miles Wakefield. Jackson Solomon. Eliel Keom. Angel Jones. Kirk Prudenciano. Joseph Quinn Wheeler. Will the photography, printmaking, and product design candidates please come forward as instructed by the usher? And will Nate Larson, area head of the photography department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Orialua Akinyode. Jana Muhammad. Kenny Robinson. Yokari Shakti Cortez Hernandez. Elio Krieger. Hannah Cheney. Lena Falkenberry. Annabelle Innes McGannon. Matthew Mikhail Andershat. Will Jonathan Thomas, chair of the printmaking department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Jay Howley. Julia Hagans. Jude Smith. Isabella Kasich Ramos. Firth Foot. Maddie Quinn Roth. Marchwell Kaplan. Matthew Austin Vogel, cum laude. Ethan Thomas LaSalvia, cum laude. Evan Tomjanovich. Casey White. Will Carl Williamson, Area Head of the Product Design Department, please come forward to congratulate your candidates. Jiun Kim. Sabrina Kinderfodder. Nidhi Vinod. Jaslyn Furman, cum laude. Provost Salazar, this completes the presentation of candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts. The class of 2025 is now ready for a conferral of degrees.
President McCormick. Congratulations. We're not done yet. President McCormick. President McCormick, I have the honor of recommending those students who have completed all the courses in the prescribed curriculum as candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Fine Arts. Will the candidates please rise?
Guess what? It's not official yet. I have to say these words, okay? We have to say these words. All right. So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto for this honorable degree. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2025. everybody be seated, okay? All right, we just have one more thing. So one of your professors, Ben Lozado, came up with a really great idea. And then a lot of us piled on, and we all thought this would be a great thing. But I want you to look up in the sky at the clock at the station building. And this is our little gift to you to say that, first of all, you're always welcome back. And secondly, anybody is welcome here at MICA. Anybody is here, this is a beacon of hope. It is a place where we welcome all. It's a place where we can have self-expression. So I want you to make sure you take a look at the clock. Of course, it shows better at night. That's when it goes on. But it's a pink face, and we have our MICA slash, and we want everybody to know that they are welcome at MICA. All right. So we have one more thing to do. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce not one, but two remarkable MICA alumni whose creative vision, collaborative spirit, and deep commitment to community exemplify the very best of what our graduates go on to do in the world. Ashley Guchite, class of 2017, and Kirsten Cooksey, class of 2018, met here at MICA, where their shared passion for storytelling, games, and education sparked not only a powerful friendship, but a bold, creative venture. As seniors, they co-founded Boba Studios, a woman-owned video game studio launched right here in Baltimore, blending their talents in animation, interactive arts, game design, and writing into experiences that are as playful as they are purposeful. Ashley, a BFA graduate in interactive arts with a concentration in game arts and humanistic studies, has combined her interest in art history, creative writing, and digital media to champion interactive storytelling as both an artist and an educator. Her leadership has shown through in her work with international students and her continued support of students as a writing tutor. Kirsten, who earned her BFA in animation with a concentration in game arts, has brought the same collaborative energy to her work across animation, comics, and visual media writing. During her time on campus, she was a student leader, a researcher, and like Ashley, an advocate for student learning through her work in the writing studio. Together, they embody the creative and entrepreneurial spirit that makes MICA so extraordinary. Please join me in welcoming these two brilliant artists, educators, and storytellers, Ashley and Kirsten.
Thank you, President Cecilia McCormick and the Office of Advancement for granting us the opportunity to speak with you all today. MICA class of 2025, family and friends, welcome. It's our pleasure to join you on this exciting day.
Allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Ashley Guchite, co-founder and game designer of Boba Studios, MICA class of 2017 of the Departments of Interactive Arts and Humanistic Studies, and 2018 winner of MICA's Upstart Creative Entrepreneurship Venture Competition.
And I'm Kirsten Cooksey, co-founder, animator, and lead artist of Boba Studios, MICA class of 2018 of the animation department and also 2018 Upstart winner.
To us, MICA was an opening. Graduating was opening a door to tell the world to take a chance on us. It's no accident we started a business. For me, I had a dream of starting a game studio since I was a child. But as I got older, I realized how creating a space for my own voice would be vital in the world of gaming as both a woman and a creator of color.
And launching our indie game studio, Boba Studios, on this campus where we now operate just blocks from here is just that. A way for us to share stories through interactive media as far as we're willing to take it, literally and figuratively.
The power of creative work knows no bounds, be it through language, culture, race, or gender. Each of us here create work that is beyond visual or functional. We create work that is powerful, emotional, disruptive, and healing. Art and design are more than forms of entertainment. We create work that speaks truths, to teach and learn, and to forge connections with each other and the world. Its impacts are felt right here by ourselves as the creators, by our colleagues, by our teachers, and by our viewers and fans.
This may not always be a straight path forward. What you do today may not be what you're doing tomorrow. What you know today may not be something you know tomorrow. There have been times where we've considered closing up shop, times when the pushback from others, the "we don't need your voice here" types have gotten to us. And on those days, you wonder if what you're doing is where you need to be. And on those days, take a step back from your work and talk to those who spark joy in you or inspire you. Know you're not alone in feeling uncertainty. You're not alone in feeling rejection. Take a walk in the woods and play with your dog, or cat, or bunny, or snake. You may start to realize that it's not them who've gotten to you, it's you who's gotten to them.
Today, your voice is needed. More than ever, our society needs your perspective and your presence. To borrow the words of a little band that also started post-art school called My Chemical Romance, who is back, by the way, you've got to be who tomorrow needs. For every time that they want to count you out, use your voice every single time you open up your mouth.
So art school is hard. One reason being that the outside world isn't as receptive to your creative voices and practices as we are to each other. It helps that you build this resilience so that when you're alone in your studio a year from now, whether you're working for yourself or making it in your own time, you feel the impulse to propel yourself forward despite any roadblocks. Being a working artist is hard, but art school is hard, and you got through it.
As creatives, we are uniquely positioned to promote changes because we, together, transcend traditional meanings of communicating and make space for hundreds of other forms that may resonate with our audiences more intrinsically. Whether that's visually through paintings, photography, or sculpture, or orally through song or sound installation, we might write novels or poems or combine those with visuals to make comics. It could even be at the intersection of mediums that make film, animation, and games. We are also trained to see detail, which makes it easier for us to see the world around us for how it is.
Lead with boldness that lets your integrity and empathy shine through. Similar to resilience, remember that kindness is also a strength, not a weakness. Empower and uplift others. There's room for all of us and our unique perspectives and stories here. We can learn a thing or two and we thrive together and nurture our communities and planet rather than tear each other down. And as MICA's mission states, let's make the world we imagine. We have the drive, skills, and knowledge that, when partnered with our imaginations, are a force to be reckoned with.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's time, and you're ready. While I'm sure today you feel it, tomorrow you may not, and that's okay. Grant yourself the grace to experiment and to reinvent yourself. Your creative vision has gotten you this far, so let it grow with you and trust it, and your heart to be your compass.
When you walk out those doors, know we're still here for you. Your friends, family, peers, and yes, your former professors and staff too. Even myself and Ashley, along with your now fellow alumni, are here to help you, celebrate you, and hear you out on a hard day. Your MICA community doesn't end today. Rather, it's an opening to accept you into an expanded MICA family of generations of artists, designers, educators, cultural innovators, and creatives before you.
Allow me the chance to be cheesy and end this the way we started. Thank you again to President Cecilia McCormick and the Office of Advancement for granting this opportunity for us to speak with you all today. MICA Class of 2025, welcome to your extended MICA family. It's time for you to join us and make your mark.
Well, thank you, Kirsten and Ashley. Before closing, I'd like to make sure everyone is invited to the reception following these exercises. It's in Cohen Plaza, right in front of the Brown Center. I encourage all of you who have not seen Art Walk to make sure that you go to see the commencement exhibition. Please try to do so. Will the marshals please take up their standards? Will the students, guests, please remain at your seats until the recessional has been completed. Congratulations again to our class of 2025 and to their families. The 176th MICA Undergraduate Commencement is hereby adjourned. Thank you all for attending.